Hello everybody, this is JD. I'm making this video second time because the sound didn't come through. It came through as static. Okay, I'm going to tell you some things that I know, and unfortunately there's no way I can prove them one way or the other. But these are things that happened to me, and basically what it comes down to be is that I was called up the day after the election by someone who said they were from the Libertarian Party, and they told me that including James D. Creveau, J.D. Creveau, James Creveau, J.D., I pulled a total of over 8,700,000 votes. Over that. He actually gave me the exact number. Now, I was very joyous about that. I mean, he called me up and he told me that. So I went on the computer and went to look. And you know, they have all the votes listed. And I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking. I'm looking in all the states. And I see James D. Creveau, James D. Creveau, James D. Creveau. And guess what I see? Nothing. So I go to the state of Virginia and I see James D. Creveau. Nothing. Now there's a problem there. Because I wrote in James D. Creveau. My wife wrote in James D. Creveau. I know that for a fact. Positively, beyond a shadow of a doubt, I know I wrote in James D. Creveau. I also know of 10 other people that wrote in James D. Creveau. But in the state of Virginia, I got nothing. Plus, I got a bunch of emails from across the country that said they wrote in James D. Creveau. But every single state shows nothing. Now, okay, why? Because I didn't have a vice president. My vice president person, I will not mention her name, but she was head of a chapter of the NAACP. And she said she'd be my vice president, but I kept telling her, register with the FCC, register with the FCC, register with the FCC. She never did it. And then 3 weeks before the election, she said, well, I'm not going to run because of financial problems. I wasn't asking her for any money. It wasn't going to cost her anything. It was a bull crap excuse. I know it, and the other person who introduced me to her knew it also. But needless to say, what did that do? That meant that if I don't have a vice president, every single vote I get will be discarded. That's right. Read the Constitution, the amendment where they then changed the actual election so that the president and the vice president has to be on the same ticket. It doesn't say that in the main body of the Constitution. They added that. And if you don't have a vice president, you can't be voted. Now, I didn't tell everyone on the internet that because I wanted to get a count of how many people voted for me. And when I heard from the person who called me from the Libertarian Party that it was over 8,700,000, I said, wow. I never believed it. But then when I added a few things together, I said, well, maybe it could be. One, there is over 9 million discarded votes. One of the highest numbers they ever had. Two, all the news networks said there was a spoiler out there in the election. And if the votes from that spoiler would have went to McCain, which most likely they would have because of how that spoiler was presenting himself, McCain would have won. Well, looking at the election results that they had printed out, the next person in line was 700,000. That's not enough votes to throw McCain over, but 8,700,000 would be. If my votes would have went to McCain, he would have won. If that 8,700,000 is true. But they never mentioned who the spoiler was. And do you think the Republican Party or the Democrat Party or the Libertarian Party wants you to know who came in third? Was an individual by himself on a computer alone with no money? Got $50 from one person and his own money and pulled over 8,700,000 votes? But they were all discarded. I fell into a lot of traps. Another trap. Do you know that in most states you have to register with the State Federal Election Commission by January of the year? Candidates until August, they have till September 1st. But you as an individual have to get it in by January in some states. Interesting little fact. That's why I was a write-in in all 50 states. That's right. If the information I was told as a write-in in all 50 states, I pulled over 8,700,000 votes. Wow, that is impressive. That's why I'm running this time. That's why now I'm asking you for money, because I want to set up a full committee. I need a campaign manager who believes in you, the American people. Answer me these 4 questions, and I'll totally disbelieve what I was told. 1. Tell me where all those 9 million, over 9 million discarded votes, who they were for. 2. Where is my vote and my wife's vote in the state of Virginia? Why didn't it show up? Okay? Who was the spoiler that if those votes would have went to McCain, he would have won? And finally, you guys look at that amendment. It's in the Constitution. I can't find my book of the Constitution up here. I don't know where it is, but it's there. Now, I need a campaign manager, a strong campaign manager. I am collecting money now. And we're going to do this. By January 2011, if I don't have everything, all my ducks in a row, there's no sense in me even going any further. That's why I'm working now. Oh, one other thing I left out, that a couple days later I did get a phone call from the Republican Party's headquarters. At least that's what the phone said on my caller's ID, Republican National something something. And they wanted to know if I would consider being vice president in the 2011 election. And I told them, would they denounce the party system? Because I couldn't if they did not denounce the party system. Why am I against the party system? Because you don't need somebody to tell you who to vote for. Just look at what happened. They selected their candidates. They had the Democrats or the Republicans vote for their own candidates. Does that sound familiar? Think about the Soviet Union. You had to be a Communist Party member and you got to vote for the candidates. If you were a Communist Party member, you could run. And then after the Communist Party chose who they chose, then that person ran for the general election. Not anybody else. Look at ours. The Republican Party chose their candidate, and the Democrat Party, and the Libertarian Party. And that's all you all heard about. You didn't hear about any other candidate running, unless you went to the internet. Yes. That's why I'm against the party system. We don't need the party system. You need to go out there and look and examine and search for the truth. Don't believe what's presented to you. Look for the truth. I had one individual that said to me, hey, your 8,700,000 is bullshit. I told him back, you're full of bullshit. You answer these 4 questions. 1. Who was those 9 million discarded votes for? 2. Where is my vote and my wife's vote in the state of Virginia? It's not there. 3. Who was the spoiler that nobody mentioned about, that had enough votes that if it would have went for McCain, he would have won? And 4, what does that amendment say about president and vice president, that it was added to the Constitution? Answer those 4 questions. And if I'm wrong, then say bullshit. Otherwise, I told him he's full of bullshit. And that's what I mean by don't vote Republican, don't vote Democrat, vote American. Look for the truth. Don't look for what's thrown up in front of you, because that's what they want you to believe. Search and dig and look for the truth. Why do you think I say check out my videos before you decide? And if you agree with me, then support me. If you disagree, let me know, because I want to know the truth. He let me know. He thinks I'm full of bullshit. I gave back to him. Told him, I'm not. These things actually happened. Whether or not he believes them, I really don't care. I really don't care if you people believe me or not. Look at my videos. Listen to them. If you think I'm full of bullshit, tell me. But I'm not. I speak the truth. And that's what I base everything on. All I ask for you is to do one thing. Don't vote Republican. Don't vote Democrat. Vote American. Look for the truth. Check me out. Check them out. You'll find out where the truth lies. But you got to dig for it. It's not at the surface. And as far as how many votes I really got, I don't know for sure. I can't prove it. I was told over 8,700,000. If that was true, and they were all write-ins, boy, I came in third, and I did pretty doggone good. Wouldn't you all say so? Oh well, whatever is whatever. The bottom line is, if that's true, then we do have a chance to really do the right job. So, check me out. See what I have to say. Support me. Pass me on to others. If you disagree, let me know. This is JD.